Hey guys, Zach here again with Imagine Realty. Welcome to my next video. I'm super excited for this video. This one is going to be all about how to become a real estate agent yourself. Now, before we get started, I'm here in Orlando, Florida. Each state might be a little bit different as far as how you go through some of these smaller details in this process, but everything I'm going to outline here is going to be very similar. There are a couple of requirements before you get started. You have to be at least 18 years old and hold a high school diploma or GED or equivalent. Okay, so the first step you're going to want to do is find a 63-hour pre-licensing class. The best way to go about this is use Google, see what's in your area, what's offered. That's what I did. I just went strictly based off of Google reviews. I found the Clymer School of Real Estate here in Orlando, and I really love them. I don't think you can really go wrong as long as you just do a little bit of research, figure out what the classes offer. Now, for me, I got my license, or I took my classes during COVID. So the cool thing was that I was able to take a 2-week online live instructor 63-hour class, okay? So it's super flexible, so whatever works for you. They have online, in person. I did a 2-week. You can do 1 week, 4 week, I think 8-week, like an evening only session. So it's really cool and it works around your schedule. Okay, so at the end of the 63-hour course, you need to pass an end of class exam. This is not your state exam. This just says that you passed the 63-hour accredited class, okay? Now, after you pass this class, you will get a certificate of completion, which you actually need, as at least I needed, to bring to the state exam to show that you passed the 63-hour class. So after you pass the class, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is register with the DBPR, Business and Professional Regulations, and you need to get a background check done, okay? I would probably do the background check first. For me, I was able to do this in-house through my real estate school. I think you can do this at like a police station. There's probably a lot of options. Ask your instructor when you take the class. They will probably have some good recommendations for you. Now, after you've done these 2 steps, now you can go ahead and register for your state exam. For me, it was through Pearson VUE Testing Center, okay? And I could not even register for this class until I got my background check results back and I registered with the DBPR. They ended up sending me an email link, I think it was actually through Pearson VUE, to go ahead and now enable me to register for this exam. Now, you have 2 years after passing the 63-hour pre-licensing course to take this state exam. I do not recommend waiting that long. For me, I registered immediately and I gave myself 2 months to take this exam. You want to do this while you have all of this information really fresh in your head. Having said that, I know people that have taken 2 weeks and have passed this exam no problem, okay? So it's all dependent on you and what you feel comfortable with and whatever your study habits are. Now, once you take this state exam, you will know immediately if you passed or failed. Now, if you pass this class, congratulations. Now, the next step for you to do is join a real estate brokerage. So this is where the real fun begins. You want to hang your license, join a real estate brokerage by hanging your license with any brokerage that you want. Now, as soon as you pass this exam, you're going to get calls and emails from a bunch of different real estate brokerages. They all magically know that you passed the class. So I recommend interviewing a bunch, talking to a lot of them, see what fits your values, figure out what training that they offer, what the work environment's like, what the culture is, what the type of people are, where they're located. There's a lot to consider, and I recommend interviewing a couple. Now, when I went ahead and I interviewed with Imagine Realty, I knew right away that it was the type of culture that would help me personally grow and set myself up for success, both as a person and as a real estate agent. Okay guys, now that we've gone over every step that you need to become a real estate agent, I'm gonna break down the cost of everything for you guys. So for the 63-hour pre-licensing class, this ran me about $460. On top of that, I spent an additional $130 on a 2-day state-specific review class. This was through the same school. And I got a lot of value out of this. This is optional. It came with a separate textbook, and the biggest thing that helped me were the practice exams at the end of this textbook. So depending on what your study habits are, you might find a lot of value out of this like I did, or you might not need it. Now, the fingerprints and the background check was $95 for me. I think this is a pretty standard range. To go with the DBPR was $85, and then to register for the state exam was about $30 or $35. This was the cheapest out of everything that I did. Okay, so I think total, out of start to finish, pre-licensing, the extra course I took, fingerprints, DBPR, and state exam ran me around $800. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys have any questions regarding this video or have something you want to see in the future, drop me a comment below and I'll make sure I get back to you guys.